Silverstone was eerily quiet last weekend for the 71st running of the British Grand Prix, with the event held behind closed doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic. The crowds told to stay away and watch on TV. And while the majority of the race was predictable, controlled by six-time F1 world champion Lewis Hamilton, the final laps were anything but, with both Mercedes and McLaren's Carlos Sainz enduring dramatic tyre blowouts. Hamilton on the final lap, forcing him to limp to the line on three wheels as Red Bull Racing's Max Verstappen breathed down his neck for his 87th victory, his 7th at Silverstone, a new record for wins at home. "I have never experienced anything like that before," he said. "That last lap was one of the most challenging laps I have ever had." Red Bull and Verstappen were happy with second place, given he spent most of the race in third, despite his stop for fresh softs on lap 50, potentially costing him a shot at the win. It was the Dutchman's 106th start, equaling his father Jos's tally, with the point for fastest lap his 1000th overall. Ferrari's Charles Leclerc completed the podium in a lucky grab following Valtteri Bottas's puncture, the Monegasque again saving face for Ferrari, with four-time F1 world champion Sebastian Vettel down in 10th. Daniel Ricciardo proved Renault's got the pace to fight at the front of the midfield, the Australian fourth to equal his best ever result for the French marque, an improvement on the squad's trio of 8th places. Teammate Esteban Ocon was 6th for Enstone's first double points of 2020.
You know, the car has improved since last year, particularly in the rear. The rear end, you know, the downforce, we're able to get on the throttle easier or more quickly.
Lando Norris again demonstrated the MCL 35's consistency with 5th, and McLaren and Mercedes the only teams to get both cars into Q3 at all races so far. Teammate Sainz was 13th after an unlucky puncture on the final lap cost him 4th place and forced him to pit. AlphaTauri's Pierre Gasly finished 7th, a string of impressive passes putting him ahead of the man who replaced him at Red Bull, Alex Albon, the Anglo-Thai racer fighting back after a 5-second time penalty for shunting Haas's Kevin Magnussen out. Lance Stroll's 2 points for 9th remain provisional, with the sole Racing Point finisher's brake ducts protested again by Renault. But the team is confident the FIA will rule in its favor. The squad's super sub Nico Hülkenberg was an agonizing non-starter, his power unit failing to fire after a clutch bolt came loose in the drivetrain. The German replaced Sergio Perez, who tested positive for COVID-19. Bottas was out of the points in 11th, the Finn unable to pass Vettel on the final lap. Williams' George Russell earned his best result of the season in 12th, 3 ahead of his teammate despite starting last. To the drivers' standings, and Hamilton has cemented his lead, 30 points ahead of Bottas. Verstappen has the Finn in his sights, 6 points the gap. Norris is ahead of Leclerc in the battle for 4th. Onto the constructors, and Mercedes is leagues ahead, 68 points up on Red Bull. McLaren continues to lead the midfield, while Ferrari is just 1 point up on Racing Point and likely to be overtaken. Thanks for watching. To stay up to speed on all things Formula One, make sure you hit the subscribe button.